business, you see peace in your academics, you see peace in your marriage. This is a dimension only God can take you to. A dimension of rest. Until you get to that place, you cannot be help to somebody. Because if you are not true carrying your burden, how can you carry someone else's burden? Rest is a dimension you need to end. In the dimension of rest, you cannot be sick. In the dimension of rest, problems, when they come as challenge, answers are already waiting for them. Answers, intact answers are waiting for them. You are going to lift your hands of fire. Lord, carry me, my family, my entire household into your rest. Not the rest when you die. Rest in the land of the living. Rest that completes every aspect of your life. Lift your right hand again and say, my Father, my Father.
My Father, my Father.
Oh, like the Egyptians held people down. You must understand, you have to force yourself out of it. Shout it again. Say, my Father, my Father.
My Father, my Father.
As I begin to pray.
As I begin to pray.
In the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
Carry me.
Carry me
into your rest. In the land of the living.
In the land of the living.
Say again, say, my Father, my Father.
My Father, my Father.
And my travel.
And my travel.
Grant me access.
Grant me access
into your rest.
into your rest.
In the land of the living.
In the land of the
Open your mouth and begin to pray. Grant me access into your rest. Grant me access. La ba ba shapataba. Lord, grant me access into your rest. Lord, grant me access into your rest. Access into your rest. Access into your rest. Access into your rest. I receive access. I receive access. I receive access. My family receives it. My brethren receives it. Our ministry receives it. Access into your rest. Access into your rest. In the land of the living. Access into your rest. Abante talabayata. Give me access. Enta braga pasheka patelada. Rete boshika paha. La kateka badesa prahandi. Boreka patala bayekata. Ego shapale bareta. Itakete. Give me access into your rest. Give me access into your rest. Lata bashanda, rete baranda, lekuta, reke paratayama, mashebala. I receive access. Shata babarada, iparada balakataya, retabaka masha, ekataba lebranda, barata bayaka, shata kete burekete de beneketa, burekete igrakata, shatara masakataya. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. I would like you to take that prayer, but in another dimension. Listen, you've got to have a better understanding, clarity on what you're praying about. You are going to major this prayer on the area you know that your family needs rest. There are areas that you know that your family needs rest. Areas of your family, areas of your of their destiny where they need rest. You can't have siblings who are graduates and there is nobody that has a job. That family needs rest. You can't have siblings who are, as it were, knowledgeable, who actually, with what they carry, their placement in destiny should be enviable, but yet they are stupendously and humongously poor. They need rest. There is a dimension of rest that God will lift people into, and there won't be any need for you to make a call before they help you. They help you monthly. They put you on the salary. In case you do not know, your mother at 60 is not to be in the farm anymore. If your life and destiny is useful, your mother at 60 should not be a tenant. And you at 30, you should have opened doors for them. At 30, Joseph was already in the palace of Pharaoh as a valued entity. At 30, Daniel was the chief advisor to the king of Babylon. At 30, David was already anointed king over Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at this age that you are, and you look at the battles you are fighting, you have even not gotten out of those battles yet for yourself. Talk more of becoming a blessing to your family. You need rest. You know the area where the sandal you are putting on itches you. You need rest. So while we are praying now, begin to make mention of it. How can you on the face of the earth not have a land to your name? No land to your name, and you feel it's a normal phenomenon. You claim to be the son of the owner of the earth. Psalm 24 verse 1, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. It is stopped there. He said the world and they that dwell therein. You claim to be, it is hypocrisy and fascism when you then claim to be the son of the landlord and you are not a landlord, you are a tenant. There are things you should remember about your life that should make you pray this prayer. You can be better than this. You can be bigger than this. You can be wiser and more useful than this. If you can but place premium on this opportunity to pray, you are going to lift your voice one more time. Oh God, in this area of my life where the devil has made me restless, give me rest. Pray this prayer and make sure standing in one place is not what you're going to be doing. You are going to be possessing. The word of the Lord said to Joshua, for wherever the sole of your feet shall tread upon, I will give unto thee for a possession. Lift your voice. Say, my Father, my Father.
My Father, my Father.
Every area of my life, where the devil has made me restless, I receive rest. I receive rest. By fire. By fire. By fire. Open your mouth and begin to pray. Quiet for rest in your finances, in your family. Quiet for rest. La dabashata bareta ikaparasa tenemokotaya. Lord, I cry out for the rest that you alone can give. Lord, give me rest in every aspect of my life where the devil has made me restless. Father, arise. Father, arise. Father, arise. Father, arise. Father, arise. Shada Baba. In my health, give me rest. In my finances, give me rest. In my destiny, give me rest. In my career, give me rest. In whatever I do, give me rest. Lord God of heaven, arise in your power. Let your rest be where I enter. As I pray, give me rest. Rabatabaya, Elidobo Shataya, Barate Bate Bananda, Eporasiza Tola Bayanda, Shekoparata Bateke, Asizolomosha, Elota Banika Porota, Ekopaliza Bakateya, Etabarabarabarata, Etabarabarabarata. Lord, give me rest. Lord, give me rest. Lord, give me rest. Lord, give me rest. I enter into my rest. I enter into my rest. I enter into my rest. Hey! Shabababarata. Hey! Shotobarabanata. Hey! Bate Koporesa. I enter enter into my rest, into my rest, into my rest, my rest financially, my rest monetarily, my rest in destiny. I enter in this service into my rest. I enter in this service into my rest. In Jesus' mighty name we pray.
Amen.
Can I give you one more prayer? Listen, if at this stage of your life they still push you or compel you to pray, you are not ready for destiny. You are not ready for life. You just want to be a follower of a pathfinder when you were created to be a pathfinder yourself. Now listen, if you read the book of Genesis, you will take to note the story of a man they called Jacob. And the Bible told us that Jacob, having been assisted by his mother, supplanted his brother of his blessing. Jacob took the steed of Esau, took the blessings of Esau. You could hear Esau reiterate that statement when Esau began to say, twice have you stolen from me. So Jacob took everything that belonged to Esau. Remember, what Jacob took was the blessing. The blessing is not materialism. It's the ability given to a man to create materialism. It's an in-depth and a spiritual thing that comes from divine potters. So this in-depth blessing entered into him. And as he entered into him, you could see his journey, how his life began. He walked out of his father's house for fear of his life and then faced the land where his mother's brother sojourned by name Laban. But the Bible said, even while he was going, he was still a confused person, carrying the blessing, yet confused. Carrying the prayer of his grandfather, Abraham, on his head, yet confused. It is not the prayer that was prayed for you that was wrong, but you that is carrying the prayer, something is wrong with you. He has been prayed for by a patriarch, somebody carrying a trio auction, but yet his life still did not make sense. His life was making noise instead of making news. But the Bible said, this is where I want us to take the prayer. The Bible said, and Laban recognized that since Jacob entered his house, he has been blessed. How can you be a helper and you are helpless? You give words to people, they apply it, they succeed. You that carries the word, you are not successful. You stay around people, people get blessed by just listening to you. But you are talking out of an abundance that is not favoring you. The Bible said, and he recognized that it was when Jacob entered his house that his blessings of multiplication began. But the guy who carries the unction has no testimony of the unction. Lord, may I not end up a helpless helper. May I not be the one through whom others get access, but me, I'm outside. I'm like the door, open for people to enter, yet me, I don't enter. If you can pray this prayer very well, you will be shocked how heaven will send help to you. I'm telling you the truth. Lift your right hand and say, my Father, my Father.
My Father, my Father.
As I open my mouth to pray, I refuse from today. To be a helpless helper. Help me. Order my life. Do you know that his life still was not ordered until he met with the angel of the Lord? Held unto the angel. He said, I will not let you go or else you bless me. Who is praying this prayer point? Somebody who the Father has blessed. Because he was still not blessed. You see, there is a way you already know where you are going. And you know the road to take you there, but you don't have transport fare. Shout it again, say, Lord! I refuse to be a helpless helper. From today, empower me with evidence. Open your mouth and turn it to prayer. Oh yeah, let God hear your voice. 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 I refuse to be a helpless in the land of the living. Barbara Bate Patena, Ote Barada Bayekatona Baketa, Ebrekete Boroti Yarabasata, Ebrekata Baleko Kotani Borota Yada, Ebrekete Bodomarata Yadabata, Brekete. Ilora Baba Shataba, Irekete Korakata Kote Balakabaka, Ibarakate Bokosha Gatabala, Tabarakate Gatabana, Porakate de Bekoda Kabaleka, Porakate Balata Bayakata, Barakata Batakata Kanekotala. Open your mouth, begin to pray. Quiet to God, quiet to God. Shataba, Etabarata, Letoki Posta, Mate Kopeske, Nikotaba, Mate Pawa, Wabala Gaja, Mikobarata, Ebanekata, Itoporata, Eporataba, Igadabosha, and the Bokata, Mokatobora, Etaya. Lord arise. I refuse to be a helpless helper. Lord, arise in your power. Show me help. 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 Send them to me. Send them to me. Send them to me. Send them to me. Send me help from the sanctuary. Send me help from thy 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 sanctuary. Shababa, Barakataba, Ikadabara, Barakateka, Itogorodo, Etogashata Baneta. Lord, send help. Send help from thy sanctuary. 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 Send me help from thy sanctuary. Send 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 help. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. Let's take one more. Whatever ties me, Lord, to the failures in my family, separate me from it now. Whatever ties me, you know, for some of you, you may not understand. The way you came to the city, your father at one point went to the city. The way they frustrated him, if you look at your life now and the status quo it is taking, you will discover that the same kind of frustration has started. What others do and they get blessed, you will do it and there is nothing to show. Ask your father. Some years ago, before you were born, he also stepped to the city for greener pastures. But the moment he entered the city, his Hamatan period started. The moment he entered the city, where was once green became burnt. The moment he entered the city, where was once glamorous, became history. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you and I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that in this life that we are, there is a power that can compel you to fail. It compels you to fail because it has compelled others in your family to fail. If that is the status quo, if that is the path and the lineage, there is a line that will befall you after this service. The Bible says in Psalm 16 and verse 6, he said, for the lines are falling for me in pleasant places. Whatever intertwines me or has laced me to the failures in my family. In Luke chapter 9, if you read verse 9, the Bible speaking, Herod stood up and Herod said, John have I beheaded. Who is this one I'm hearing about again? Luke 9 and verse 9. Who was talking? Herod, the strong man. It is up on the screen. He said, and Herod said, John have I beheaded. But who is this of whom I hear? Who is this I'm hearing about again? So that means John was not killed because of the girl who danced. He was killed because of the good deeds. So the person who is stretching up his hand again is somebody like an uncle or an auntie or an evil personality who, as far as he or she is concerned, nobody should run this family. He said, John have I beheaded. Who am I hearing about again? Who is this next person I'm hearing that is also building the house? Who is this person I'm hearing that he wants to get married again? I thought I killed the other one. Anyone whose finger is stretched toward you because of your positive impact in that family. Anyone whose evil finger is stretched toward you because of the good God has called you to come and do in that house. By the time this service comes to an end, may the fire of the Holy Ghost roast them to the end. It's like you're not getting what I'm saying at all. I connect your faith to my faith in agreement with you. Anyone whose evil hand is stretched toward you for evil, by the time this service and the God of heaven cut off their hands. I said the God of heaven shall cut off their hands. I said the God whom I serve will cut off their hands. You can jump and shout that amen. You are the one I just spoke about. Shout your amen like a thunder. Somebody say, Lord, every evil chain tied me to the failures of my father's house. By the thunder of God, I break you out of my life. I escape by favor. I escape by favor. Open your mouth and begin to escape. Open your mouth. Oh yeah, escape them, 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 escape them. I escape you by favor. Abale barata, endosi setukara, shada mabala, I escape them by the favor of God. I escape them by the favor of God. I escape them. I am not a candidate. I escape them. Open your mouth and fire prayer, fire prayer, fire prayer, fire prayer. That thing that make others fail in my father's house. Shababanaba, Shigalebarabata, Ebarabadebata, Edekebarokota, Ederedeta, Ebrudododo, 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 Ebrudedeja, Ebrekatata, Ebrekatata. Aparada konda shanda ikatobara deka sorala open your mouth, begin to pray, 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 begin to pray. Break yourself out, break yourself out, break yourself out, break yourself out. Ask the Lord for grace to escape them now. Disconnect yourself from what has intertwined you to the failure of your father's house. Disconnect yourself from what has led you to the failure of your father's house. In Jesus' fireful name we have prayed. We, in agreement, declare the emancipation of every individual out of the downtroddenness of the devil, out of the dark world, out of chains, out of barriers and delay. In agreement and in one voice, we decree we are free. I say we decree from anything that troubles your life, anything that troubles your destiny, you are free. In the name of Jesus, lift those hands and worship him. The things that are impossible, the things that money cannot buy, they are the things that he has done for me. What my father cannot do, what my mother cannot do, he will do it again and again. The things that are impossible, the things that money cannot buy, they are the things that he has done for me. What my father cannot do, what my mother cannot do, he will do it again and again. You are the mighty God. You are the great I am. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You are the mighty God. Oh, you are the great I am. Oh, hallelujah. 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 Lift your voice. You are the mighty God, Lion of Judah. The great I am. Hallelujah. Somebody say you are the mighty God, Ancient of days. Oh, you are the great I am. Hallelujah. We say hallelujah. Hallelujah. Whoever said the blood, Oche Tokpone, Akeli Jesu Marolo, who go say My soul longs for you forever and ever. These hearts beat for you. Something more than gold. I've got something more than gold. Yeah. Something more than life. I've got something more than riches. Yeah. Even of God, Jesus. I've got something more than gold. I tell it to the world. I tell it to the world. If all I've got is Jesus, oh, I've got something more than gold. I tell it to the world that Jesus is more than gold. If all I've got is evil, all I've got is Jesus. If all I've got is Jesus, I've got something more than gold. I tell it to the world. I tell it to the world. Jesus is more than gold. Jesus, you are so good to me. In all circumstances. In all circumstances. In all circumstances. Oh, Jesus, you are so good to me. Yeah. In all circumstances. So please take note. By 5 p.m. tomorrow, we are also here for. Open to John chapter 5. Open to John chapter number 5. It's a popular message, but in another dimension. John chapter 5 from verse 1 to verse 7. A popular message that everyone has listened to, but there is something different we want to hear from this part of the scriptures. John chapter 5 from verse 1 to verse 7. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. In this lay a great multitude of impotent folks, of blind hearts withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another stepped down before me. In the next few minutes, I want to share on what I titled, I have no man. I have no man. Many times we have heard this message preached. But the Lord sat me down and began to orient me on another dimension of this message. I have no man. In Mark chapter 2, if you read from verse 1, there was another story that looked seemingly like this story. It was the story of another man who had a problem of palsy. Now, these both names were different, but the same case. The palsy was his inability to move. He was bedridden because of the demon of palsy. And you also understand in the place we read, it also spoke about impotence, which means from the man's waist downward, he was dead. There was inability for him to move from one place to another. In Mark chapter 2, the story of that man was even worse, because this man in John chapter 5 could at least move from waist upward. But the man in Mark chapter 2 could not move at all. The Bible said he was bedridden. He was left alone on his bed. It was on his bed he will wee. It was on his bed he will poo. Everything he was doing was on his bed. He was bedridden. And you know, when a man is bedridden, he begins to stink. He begins to smell. These attributes were not in John 5, but they were in Mark 2. To show the extent. That even when there is a chaos, nobody will hear, because they stand your ground. Ladies and gentlemen, you must have this understanding. There are places you cannot access in this life until God connects you to the right man. Yes. There are places you will never enter till you die until God connects you to the right man. God has created this system of this earth to a placement where there is nothing you can achieve until you are connected to an achiever. That is why in this service I want to raise men for you. There are 4 men that help this man.
Yes, sir.
But there is a battalion coming to your life.
Yes, sir.
There is a bullion van of men coming to help you. I said the helpers of destiny that has turned their back on you. As the God of heaven has anointed me this evening, I prophesy to your life. Helpers will not be lacking around you from today. I said the helpers will not be lacking around you from today. In whatever you do, receive helpers. In wherever you enter, receive helpers. Any door you knock, helpers will open for you. I said the helpers will open it for you. I said the helpers will open doors for you. Helpers will enter your destiny. Helpers will enter your businesses. Helpers will enter your ministry. Helpers will enter your life. Somebody shout, Lord, release my helpers.
Release my
Shout it again, say, Lord. Say, Lord. Shout it, say, Lord. Shout it, say, Lord. Release my helpers. 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 Open your mouth and shout him like a thunder. Sit down. The difference between both of them was that one had 4 men to carry him, another had no man. That evil day, when it comes, when you have no man to help you, the evil becomes pronounced. But when you have a man to help you, damage control is put on play. Any man that tells you you do not need any man to succeed has just brainwashed you. He has lied to you. Even the way God framed the earth, you can't succeed without a man. In John 1:14, I was shocked when I stumbled on that scripture. I have read it before, but this time it gave me another glare of exposition. What was written there? He said, and the word became flesh and dwelt among men. God could not use his word to change us. He had to turn his word to flesh before the word was saved. He had to turn Jesus to a man. So there is need for a man in your life. If God could not do without a man, who are you? You need a man in your life. You need a helper. Your destiny is too big for your both hands to carry. Somebody has to help you carry it. Jesus, in all his unctions and anointing, came to a point where the cross became too heavy, and there was need for a man. He was not a poor man that came. The Bible calls him Simon of Cyrene. He was not a Jew. He was not an Israelite. He only came to Jerusalem as one who has gone for tourist attraction. He went into Jerusalem to tour the nation, the city of Jerusalem. He went to change the temple of the temple Solomon built for years. He went to see the gold apparel inside. He just went abroad for vacation. You are not you can't go abroad for vacation if you are broke. So the guy was not a broke man. A broke man has no role to play in your life. You need a modified individual. You need somebody with capacity. You need somebody with audacity and tenacity. And that's why this evening, whether you like it or yes, I want to connect you to somebody who is going to be help for your life. If you stand and shout amen, now you are just the talk to. You need somebody in your life. You can't run this race alone. You need somebody. You need somebody to carry the cross. Your destiny is too big. It's too big a burden for you alone to carry. You need somebody. As you travel from Genesis to Revelation, there is nobody God raised without a man or a woman standing by him. Even Adam, God created Adam and said it was good, and later changed his mind and said it's no longer good for man to be alone. He first told us that everything he made was good. He later came back after having meeting with his angels that it's no longer good with the way this only man is going. It's no longer good for man to be alone. And the Bible says he made for him a helpmeet. You need a helper. You can't escape being a leper if you don't have a helper. You need a helper. Somebody should help you. You can't do this by yourself. You need somebody. Somebody needs to assist you. This man, you know, he was there for 38. You know what is 38 years? 38 years is an adult. A full-blown man. 38 years. In not as the age of the man, but the age of his case. His case gave him an office. His problem gave him an office with AC. He lived there for 38 years. Why? Because he didn't have one man. There was nobody around him. From Genesis to Revelation, the system through which God prospers a man can never be void of another man. Another man is needed. You need somebody. The late Archbishop Benson Dausa of blessed memory, as a matter of fact, was holding a conference, and he called on Bishop David Oyedepo to minister in that conference. And while Bishop Oyedepo was ministering, all through his message, he kept on shouting, "You don't need a man!" He would preach again and shout, "You don't need a man!" And after the closure of this message, the late Archbishop took the mic and said, "David, you need a man."
Yes, sir.
Bishop David, you need a man. You need a man. There is somebody that enters your life becomes a life.
Yes, sir. I hear that.
Somebody. 4 men entered the life of somebody who was bedridden. These were not normal men. Listen, when the right man comes, your condition does not disturb them. The man was smelling, but because they were right helpers, the man's smell did not deter them from assisting him. Anybody who still sees a reason not to help you is not your helper. Anybody who still sees a reason, this is why I'm not helping this person, is not your helper. Because you only need help when you have a problem. So if you see that as my problem and you choose not to help me, you were not sent for me at all. If you were sent for me, bypass my problem and assist me. Am I speaking sense to somebody here?
Yes, sir.
You need somebody. Until you meet that somebody, you will end up a nobody. Until you meet that person. You need somebody to enter your life and turn your life around. Every person, like I've said before, you know, people preach and they don't even mention Lot in Abraham's glory. You must understand that Lot played a very humongous role to Abraham's success. A man who follows you when you have nothing is a man to be reckoned with. Abraham was 75 years, yet still in his father's house. 75 years old man was still in his father's house, occupying a one-room apartment. He didn't have money to go and marry an outsider because the dowry was too much. He married his own sister. He married his own sister, Sarah. So when he said Sarah was my sister, he never lied. And guess what preachers preach? He was not a liar. Sarah was his sister. But yet, Lot identified with him. Never forget people who follow you when you were nobodies. That's why there is a way I detest men who get married to a woman after a long time of suffering. You have become something that woman is no longer carryable. You have now abandoned the woman. It is not the woman that should curse you. Your community should abuse you. You dated a lady that was working in filling station. She was selling from morning till night. Sometimes miss church service. Give you the money to go to school. You have graduated. You have seen one copper that is hot in your camp. And you have followed that copper. The thunder that is coming for you is warming up.
Oh.
And you that have met where an already made person and refuse to ask question of where he's coming from, and you join him. The tail of the thunder is your own. Every person that became somebody in life, they were all having connection with helpers. They were all having connection. You can see that as you check scriptures from Genesis to Revelation. They all had. Abraham had Lot. Lot was there for him when he was nobody. And you could see how they metamorphosed in growing. They grew so much. They excelled. Even when Lot's name was not mentioned. But you can see Lot in the framework. You can see a man who left his home without servants, now having servants. Having servants to the extent that even this guy, Lot, also have servants. It's a sign that they grew up together. It's a sign they did business together. Because as a shepherd that Abraham was, even Lot learned being a shepherd and also became a shepherd. So that takes time. That takes loyalty. So don't discredit Lot. Because Lot's problem, people started when he married. The same woman that looked back. So if you had looked back even at God's command, that means he was disobedient even to his husband.
Sure.
If Lot's wife looked back, even when God, an angel came now, told her not to look back. Imagine how disrespectful she had been to her husband. So most of the problem Lot had with Abraham were sponsored by the wife he just married. Wrong woman. Am I speaking to somebody?
Yes, sir.
I tell my sons, marry somebody I know so that I can control both of you. So that if there is a problem, I can step in. When you marry a stranger, me and you, we have become strangers. We have become strangers. I will only greet you people. How far? From far. Because I don't know him, I don't know her. Follow me, let me not digress from this message. Are you listening to what I'm saying here? There are so many people in scriptures that were connected like that. They were connected, they were intertwined. They were intertwined with the helper. Like I've said before, Laban and Jacob. Laban recognized that his success was tied to who? To Jacob. If you go further, you see Pharaoh had Joseph. Pharaoh knew that if 7 years of his life would not bring reproach to him, he needed a man called Joseph. Pharaoh and Joseph. He needed a man called Joseph around him. Even Israel as a nation needed Moses. Nigeria needs somebody. And it's obvious with what we are going through, we don't have the right person as president.
Uh-huh.
It's obvious.
When the righteous is on the throne, the people rejoice.
We need somebody.
Am I speaking to someone at all?
Yes, sir.
If you read Exodus chapter 2, from verse 16 to verse 20, the Bible said there was a priest called Jethro. This man was the priest of Midian. He was the priest of a nation called Midian. He was an idolater. He had just 7 daughters. He had no sons. And all these 7 daughters were shepherds. They were shepherds. They were tending for their father's flocks. But one day, they will go out with the flocks and go and give the flocks water to drink. And when the flocks are through taking water, they will come back home. But because they were women, they were always coming home late. They were always coming home late. Why were they coming home late? Because before women will be given premium to fetch water, the male shepherd must have taken care of their flocks. So no matter how early they go, they will come late because the men will first take time to feed their flocks before the women will now have opportunity to come forward. Because in those days, women were taken as second-class citizens. They were not given value. They were not given placement. Even there are nations of this earth today where women has no say. In Saudi Arabia, women just started driving. Yeah. In Saudi Arabia, women just started voting. They don't even come out before. It's not they're even coming out because maybe socialism has entered. Am I speaking to somebody here? So women were not given placement in those days. They were not given value. They were just relegated. But on this day, Jethro discovered that his children came home early. So he asked them, you are home this early? You didn't go to take care of my sheep? And they said to him, a man helped us. So their early arrival at home was a function of a man's help. If you want to arrive destiny on time, you need a helper.
Yes, sir.
They didn't waste time. They didn't waste effort. They didn't waste anything. A man stood and helped them. There are positions you can never enter until a man recommends you. He said, the man helped us. And the Bible furthermore said, still in that Exodus chapter 2, the father said, he said, where is the man? He said, we left the man. He said, you left the man? A man who helped you, you left him? Go and bring him. They brought him home. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not living here alone. If you came here single, your helper will follow you home. I said your helper is following you home. I said your helper will follow you home now. Shout that amen like a thunder. Are you getting what I'm saying at all?
Yes, sir.
Came home with them. And to furthermore make sure he doesn't leave the home, the man gave him his daughter as a seed of faith. He said, this kind of help must not leave our house. This kind of help must be here forever. Gave him a wife by name Zipporah. Listen to me. But there is a twist. There is a turn. As I begin to buttress my point, there is a twist and there is a turn. Are you listening to what I'm saying here? And the twist in John chapter 5 is that the impotent man have found out through knowledge that what he needs was a man. Am I correct?
Yes,
he
sir.
knew what he needed for his life to change. He knew that all he needed now was a man. He had the knowledge. Having knowledge is not enough for your deliverance. Implementing the knowledge you have is what matters. Having knowledge is not even half of deliverance yet. Bible says my people are distressed for the lack of knowledge. Yes, it is important you understand that. But you can have the knowledge and not utilize the knowledge you have. And by not utilizing the knowledge you have, you are still bankrupt of destiny. The man knew the solution to his problem. But because he didn't apply the solution, he stayed years in that problem. And this is where wisdom comes into play. What is wisdom? The right application or implementation of knowledge is wisdom. The right implementation of knowledge, the right application of knowledge is wisdom. How can you have water? You are dirty. Your body is itching. There is water and soap, but you don't want to bath. Take your bath. You have all at your beck and call, but because you didn't utilize what you have, you are still going through the pain of itching. That's what so many of us are right now. You know what to do to succeed, but you have refused to do it, and that's why success has evaded you. Success have avoided you. Am I speaking to somebody? There has been a lockdown, true, and some people have locked their life with the lockdown. Nothing new for 3 months and over. Now nothing new has entered your life. You know it is wrong. Tie yourself to data. All you hustle for now is to get data and waste your life with Facebook and whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, by the grace of God, today, in the night today, I completed the sixth book. Sixth book, over 120 pages. 6 books completed today. In print already. You understand what I'm saying? Invest in time. Don't waste. Listen, anything you know, apply it. Don't even delay. Don't even delay it. Apply it. This man was there for 38 years. 5 years into his stay by that pool, he must have understood this was the solution for a man to carry him and put there. 5 years was too long. Maybe the second year. But why will he wait 38 years without applying it? Why? 38 whole years. 38 whole years. Why? There was a twist. And I sat down and I began to wonder. So you can have knowledge, but because you refuse to apply it, you are still foolish. Wisdom, the right application or implementation of knowledge. Am I speaking to somebody? You already know that I've stayed too long in this sport. I need to learn a trade as an added value to my life. Because people don't pay you as a human being, they pay you for value. They pay you for what you can give. What you can do is what they pay you for. What can people get from you? Even you as a pastor, what can people get from you? Do you have knowledge to disseminate? I've told myself we won't just come under this fellowship and then shout and then worship and then fall and get up and then go. You must every part of your life should at least take a dose of the word prescription. You should go with sense. Not just, oh boy, how was the service? Oh boy, we dance. Who has danced to become something? How was the service? Oh boy, we shout, we pray. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand that prayer plays 99% of your spiritual life. 99. I'm not arguing with that. But you are not a spirit. You only become full spirit when you die. You are still alive. The aspect of your flesh needs attention. And you're not giving attention to your flesh. Your head knowledge is flesh acquisition. Throughout these 3 months now, there are people who have not opened one book to read one book. Even the bulletin you use, have you finished it? Book is too big. Bulletin, have you completed the full bulletin? Have you read Rema for Living? Just imagine your head of 3 months ago is still your head now. No change. The way your brain just is there, that's how it is. A memory card that is not with nothing. The highest you can do is to cook. You have cooked your life. The highest you can do is to boil water. You have boiled your life. This brain is too big a storage device to carry only cooking. It's too big a storage device to carry only relationship. Boyfriend, my boyfriend. If you see some people talk about their boyfriend, it's irritating. All their life, he want to snatch my boyfriend. He want to snatch my boyfriend. He want to snatch. Oh, they have snatched your life from you. Your life is not in one bar. They want to snatch your life. Hey, are you a monitoring spirit? Let's tell ourselves the truth. When you come to service, speak something on your, let something enter your head. It is called the renewal of the mind. Your mind needs the renewal. Your mind needs it. Your mind needs to be renewed. Don't be a dull person. No dull person has a place in this life. There's no space for them. The guy knew that if I continue like this, I'll be here for life. But the guy was comfortable because his knowledge became, how would I put it? Even the knowledge became a stumbling block to him. He knew the problem. He knew the solution. But because he didn't apply it, he was comfortable with the problem. He said, he said to Jesus, I just need a man. And you know the funny thing? There were men around him. I'm coming to that one. There were men around him. John chapter 5. There were men. Verse 3. There were men around him. There were men. Now the most obvious or the most display of the human wisdom is in 2 dimensions. I've studied it into 2 dimensions. One is character. Somebody shout character. Say again, say character.
Character.
Let your neighbor hear your voice. Shout, say character.
Character.
One is character. With somebody's character, you can prophesy his or her future. You just see them display their character. You already know how their life is. You already know how messed up they are. With somebody's character, with somebody's attitude. Bad attitude. This is the closest and easiest way to prophesy someone's future. You just look at this person. So you don't go anywhere. A lot of people can never get help because of bad character. They can never. 38 years of this man was wasted. Listen. When a person has a bad character, it can make the person proud. Are you aware? The person become proud. And you can never make your family proud by living a life of pride. You can't make your family, you can't make anybody proud by living a life of pride. Pride actually goes before you fall. That's the last course you offer before you fall finally. Pride. The moment you offer pride as a cause, you are dead. God becomes your enemy and all that. But listen to me. Listen and don't forget this statement I'm about to make. The Bible said that this man, those that were with him, were also all other impotent folks. One of them I saw that shocked me was that the blind was there. That the man is blind does not mean his hands are not working. That the man is blind does not mean his legs are not working. It's only an impediment in his eyes. So what he would have done is to beckon on the blind man, let me be your sight, you become my hands. He would have just humbled himself and said, it is true you are blind, but let me cooperate with you. Now cooperation rise and beats to the girl level. Stop being proud. You need somebody. Humble yourself and let your Bluetooth connect the person's Bluetooth. He would have just told the guy, it is true you are blind, but let me help you. Let me help you. Let me be your sight. Then you be my hands. And you know, blind men, their sense of sight it now enters their hand. Are you aware? You see them having hyperactivity with their hands. They become very active with their hand because the sense of sight that would have, taken another part of their brain now goes to their hands. So that means if he was to beckon on the man, he would say, okay, please, let me just be my hands. I cannot move my hand, I cannot just be them. So when the water is troubled, I will just tell you, 1, 2, go, carry me. You just carry 2 of us, let's go and die inside that water. Let's go and die there. But the guy's character did not permit him to do so. You know, bad character makes you full of yourself. I don't need a man, don't need a man, don't need somebody, I don't need a man, don't need somebody. Because they say makeup. Makeup goes so expire. Before makeup, there was something. There was Jericho. Ask our mothers. There was Jericho. You know Jericho. Where is Jericho now? Where is Activator? Was there no Activator? Women will wear Jericho and everywhere will be stained. Everywhere. Anywhere they get to, when they rest their heads, you must understand the woman entered there. Where is it now? It faded like the wind. So this talent with which you boast will also fade. He said these things, they won't stand the test of, they will also go. The only thing is love. And you cannot truly love until you are humble. Until you are humble. So you could see the man's failure for 38 years were connected to his character. Bad character. There are women with bad characters. Men with worse characters. A woman told me some weeks ago, we were talking here. She came with a black eye. She came from the north with a black eye. What happened to you? My husband. Your husband did this to you. He said, Apostle, no? Brought that phone. If you see the way this man beat this woman, I saw the picture on the phone. I said, now you be this serious. How did you run? He said the compound people gathered money and gave to her to run. Compound people gathered money, gave to her to run. You see, sometimes I have never in my life judged people with the way they dress. Neither have I ever judged people with the way they come to church and, oh, more grace, sir, more grace, sir. If you are doing that, you are God. There are people who are camouflage. There are people who are chameleons. As they are in church now, very prime and proper, very pious people. When you will greet them, for you to feel this who they are, they just say, you bless you. Bless you. Be careful of people like that. They have bad characters. They use being pious to cover their life. Being pious, being prime, being proper. Bro, I have good terms and good relationship with people who I know their bad character. I know who they are. It's better. If I can't be your friend, I should just walk away by knowing you. But if I can manage you even with your bad character, they will become friends. I already know that this is who you are. Not that you are hiding it. You are beating your wife one night. Oh, turn the beating to prayer. May this woman start hearing senses. May they start hearing words. From beating. Bad character. And you know the funny thing, some sisters are too blind to see all these things. You dated him for 6 months. What happened? You didn't notice any of this again. Apostle, no, you were blind. Even Jesus, the earth could not hold him for 3 days. The earth could not hold Jesus for 3 days. How can you date a guy for 6 months and you don't know he's a temperamental person? As he's doing like this, with the way he's stammering, something did not tell you. This thing is only loading. It's a glow network, it's loading. Nothing told you that. You didn't sense it. You didn't notice it. Now you have become punching. But what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. I don't know who joined it to. Am I speaking to somebody here? Character. 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 If you want to go far, work on yourself. Settle down. How can 10 people in different places tell you the same problem you have? And you still have not come to the conclusion that, hey, it is true. If it is one person, then I feel maybe this person is speaking out of jealousy or whatever. But these persons have said the same thing. Let me check if I can work on myself. No. They're jealous. Anywhere I go, pastor, they're jealous. My brother, everybody will just get tempted jealous. Who you be? Even you be Dangote. Check yourself. The list of African culture, which is greeting, there are people that cannot greet. If you like, be their father. They cannot greet you at all. Who did this to you? Who? To greet, come on, greet. You have to start forcing them. Greet. Greet now. Say, I beg, no fish out. Greet. I say this under heaven and lie not. My wife has never given me something without kneeling down. All my life. Sometimes I start, because I'm not used to it. Thank you, sir. Watch this. My son will come now. He will give me something, I'll so kneel down. I'll get up. My daughter will come now and give me some. So me, I should not, at old age, I should start giving booties and kneel down. What's all this? But it's courtesy. It's courtesy. Inside, it doesn't matter. There are dozens of matters. My sister, go back and go learn some things. Sir, learn some things. That you are the husband does not make you God. Bible says you are Lord. There is still a God over you. Learn some things. The 99% of counseling we do, marriage problem, they are all product of bad characters. How can husband and wife be quarreling because of toothpaste? You are pushing it from the under. Why not push it from the side? You are pushing from the side. Why not push it from the under? That one reach the go court, go take divorce paper. My brother, toothpaste of 200 or 250 or 500, I don't know. Even if it's Sensodyne, toothpaste for those who are natives, Maclean. See, let me tell you. The future is very far. Am I correct? Very far. Future is still very far. But as you have dug your foundation now, just imagine that's how you will live till you die. Why not start making amends? Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Get to a point where nothing means anything to you. Nothing. Nothing means anything to you. Just humble yourself. Man of God, hear me. If you're a pastor here, hear me. Listen, God brings elderly men under you, and they call you father. Should not let the fatherhood enter your head. To the extent you now see somebody that is elderly to you, because you are a pastor, or because you went to Bible school, or because they pour on your head. To greet somebody, you have to say, this my deacon no longer greets me. How old is your deacon? 75 years. How old was your father when they gave birth to you? How old are you? Respect is reciprocated. A pastor that will not respect member will not respect him. Reciprocate respect. If they don't see you, you see them first, greet them. Even if they saw you, greet them. Good morning, sir. Daddy, good morning. What can you do? Only headache that you can cure. You have become boss. Even pastor of 20 naira can cure headache. Imagine your 20 naira unction. And you are full of yourself. 20, you are full of yourself. Only headache you can cure. It's like, let's say, let's call spade. And then reset our medulla oblongata. Reset yourself. So that you don't end 38 years without a proof of destiny. Humble yourself. If you don't change now, you can't change later. Because it will now intertwine itself to you that you say, have you not heard people say it? I don't even know what I'll do again. Because at that point, they don't press spoil. You cannot help them, you just keep managing them. Keep managing them. My father, the Lord, called one of my guys then and told them to come to our church on Sunday. Why? The guy got set for service. The wife poured oil on white suit. Said, that church you are not going. Hot! You know what I'm saying? Hot oil for stew. The guy is both lamenting being burnt. Wicked women. Throughout that service, you'll be hearing wicked women. Wicked women. It's not his fault. He prepared message. But a messed up age gave him another message. Wicked woman. Before you know what's happening, he had Jezebel. Every Jezebel in my life. He was preaching righteousness. Don't look at him as he's not preaching that. Don't look at your wife. You will see the message. Character. I tell you the truth, if this man had a good character, we wouldn't read about him spending 38 years wasting. We wouldn't even know that somebody would spend time there. Because he had a bad character. Work on yourself as I'm talking to you. You are not perfect. Work on yourself. Sincerely take out time to work on yourself. You know, I've seen men who can buy anything for outsider. But in the house, nothing. You can't take your wife to go shopping. You can't take your kids out. In fact, you don't even play with them. The moment you don't come home from work, bows, your children run enter on that chair. You will see them. You say yes. Daddy don't show. You are not a man, you are a man. Your children should become your friend. Those are the people that will hold you when you get to that point and you are doing like this. And you are making them enemies now. Your children should not fear you, they should respect you. Stop instilling fear in them. There's a kind of horn you used to blow when you want to enter the house. Pa, 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 pa. As you are blowing the horn, you start seeing, you know when you turn on lights and cockroaches are disappearing. That's why your children run. I hear, oh, Lion of the tribe of Judah, I hear thee. Make them your friends. Make children your friends. Make your kids your friends. Not your... Play with them. I play ball with my kids. I help them hold bicycle they are driving. As I'm getting home now, as I finish washing my hand, the next thing is they all climb me, get into my room, all my Bible on my bed. They start moving around, playing with my worship tools and all of that. Make them your friends. Your room, you will put a picture. You put what they call this former president. You put Abacha's picture. You didn't write anything on that. That already proves that military zone. Keep off. Your room. As a man. Outside you can display, you can prove to people that you are a giver. Pay school fees for others. And your child has been driven from school since March. Paying lecture fee for others. And your child at home, there's no lecturer coming to lecture them. Even in this lockdown. My brother. There's something initially they call Dewi. Ask your neighbor. Because at the end, you will discover that you have lived a wrong life. By pleasing others, and the Bible says, take heed of thyself. Spend your money on your family first. Your family is your number one priority. You see, you dress with suit, dress package. See what your wife wear. Mazi, Okrika. Mazi, Okrika. Mazi. See her shoe. She's still wearing her polar shoe she brought to meet you when they married. She's still wearing it. 38 years. You have kept her as the important woman. If by tomorrow morning, I'm talking to the women here, your husband does not make plan to take you and test me his name. There are some people that will succeed as widows. That shall not be your portion in Jesus' name. If I finish preaching, I'll raise prayer. I'll enter my car and go home. Because the way all these my men are looking at me, they're saying, Pastor, you know, small talk this thing. But this Panadol is bitter, but it cure headache. The truth looks bitter, but just try to adjust yourself and see how wonderful your home will look like. The proximity between you and your wife should be there. Your wife should be accessible. You should be accessible. Some just marry military men. Pam, 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 pam. Even your wife is running. You're with your friends. You're telling, if now my wife can't meet me for where for the eat now, I can't take this rubbish. Your wife, in case you don't know, your wife can strategically take your life and still in the same spirit of strategy mourn you. Strategically cry before your somebody who had the key to your life. You play with yourself. How much is sniper? You are playing with your life. You see, it removed me from the market money that you gave. Just like Uriah. From the market money you gave. Respect your wife. Your wife's opinion can save your life. I'm telling you. That's why you are doing done. Every woman is configured with something that makes her perceive faster than a man. When the woman tell you, avoid this woman, avoid this man, my brother, don't even think about it. Even if somebody told you is the helper of your life, what can leave that person? Because what she sees, you are not seeing it. They were created like that. No. You know, one woman came to report the husband to me and said, am I wasting your time? You know what the woman said? See, listen. You know what the woman said? I'm rounding up. The woman said, I've told my wife not to go to, my husband, not to go to the village again. The man is not hearing. Apostle, help me talk to her. I've been having dreams. I invited the man, humble for him. He came. It's somebody who is placed in this town. He came, so we started talking. So when we were talking, I said to him, what do you like to go and be doing in your village that you're always going every weekend? Yeah, he said, my village. My village, my village. You know, there's people who carry their village with high esteem, like their village is, I don't understand. They are not even from America. Let me not mention one place. So, we sat down, we got talking. And then I started, talking to him about, okay, what are you experiencing in your village? He said, I know my village bad, but who you not fight, not they fight you. I say, which Bible verse is that? From which book? Who you not fight, not they fight. In fact, now who you not fight, now they fight you. So we started talking. The man started seeing truth with what I was saying. First and foremost, the man bought Passat. You know Passat? New one, he bought it brand new. He told me he bought it 700,000. Passat! No number. He put number. He drove it to his village in weekend. The car did not come back to city. He said in the night, in the notice, a light on for grant. He go off. He go mix a light on again. I said, where? He said, my village. Okay. He said, the one where he just scatter the motor. Now, when he come wake up in the morning, he say engine the hot. Okay. They don't use the car, tail loads, all those places now. Engine the hot. You were parked car for close to 12 hours. The car was parked. To wake up and the engine is hot. My brother, they don't load that pump and load everywhere with that car now. He had to abandon the car because the car didn't work again. I said, okay, what happened? He said, I start building for village. Now where a day, night day. Anytime when I gather money, say I want to put, wow. I said, where the building? They say my village. Mention like 4 or 5 things. He said, Apostle, I don't get problem for town. Now village. I said, now so your senses have come back. Your wife is telling you, don't go. She has perceived. But no, the moment you don't buy one new G's, your leg will be telling you, village. Family house. Am I speaking to somebody here? Sometimes out of sight can be out of mind. Don't be frequent in the midst of elders. Your mind is telling you, I'll go and just say to them, if I just buy them one carton, they will leave me. Bros. As they are drinking your drink, they are thinking about how much drink they will get from burying you. That's what they are thinking. If you can be buying us one carton when he's alive, if he died and everywhere go full of drink, they are already strategized the burial date for you. Avoid them. When issues want to, lace you to them, avoid it. Avoid it. This is also traceable to your character. Your character. May God help everyone listening to me right now. May God empower you. And you that is the wife, stop being your husband's knife. Stop being a knife to your husband. As a wife, you must respect your Lord, your husband. Respect him. It starts from relationship. Respect him. Respect him so much so that he wants to always keep you as his queen. Men interpret respect as love. You just keep telling your husband, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. That one does not move him. What moves him as love is your respect. Men interpret respect as love. The moment you just come, good evening, sir. Your food is ready, sir. That is what man see as love. Not that one you now come and send in one test and now draw one big heart. As far as it's concerned, you are wasting my data. Respect for men is love. And for you, man, you must understand that women like attention. Whether the hair look like a witch, first tell him, oh boy, see your hair. Just first start the conversation like that. See your hair. Hey! Your family don't know say I cheated them. How much I pay for 15 naira for a whole you? Start the discussion from somewhere. Honey, but can we do this? Can we make the hair like this? She already knew you are seeing her like I am a tanga, but at least there's a way you present it. you have presented it well for him or for her. You have presented it so she buys it and accepts it. It doesn't bring quarrel. It doesn't bring problem. As you buy your clothes, be looking for, okay, which one do I buy for my wife? Because both of you have become one. You have become one. Secondly, is that help is contagious. Somebody say help. Shout it, say help.
Help.
Shout it, say help.
Help.
It's contagious.
It's contagious.
Listen. When you are shouting, can you give me volume on this thing? When you are shouting about help, who you help? You are crying for help us. Who have you helped? The man who had 4 men carry him, despite his stench, despite his smell. For these 4 men to identify with him, he must have identified with them when he had. For these 4 men to have carried him with his bedridden odor and aroma that followed him, is because once in their life, he too identified with them. The friends of Job came into his sick room because while they too were sick, he was there for them. Who have you helped? You only contact what you display or what you have also initiated into people's life. Who have you helped? Who can stand and say, I ate because you gave me food to eat? You are praying. The best way to pray is to act in line with the prayer. Help somebody so that God will send somebody to help you. Mordecai helped the king. The king heard of it and in return helped him back. Who have you helped? Who have you helped? Show me a man who is a helper. He may not get the immediate return now, but give him time. Give him time. Give him time. In due season, you will see God embarrass him with help. I'm telling you the truth. The best way, like I've said, to get answer in the prayer of help is to also be help to somebody. Rise up with me.
Oh.
Hallelujah. Olúwa ẹ tóbi o ẹ tóbi Olúwa ẹ tóbi o ẹ tóbi. Pray two prayers. Two prayers that this man missed. Lord, help me. Lord, help me to have a good character. Help me to display a good character. That spirit of birth that, that diminishes my character, that actually depicts a wrong part of me. Lord, help me. Help me to overcome it. Help me. Lift your voice, say, my Father, my Father. Shout it, say, my Father, my Father. As I begin to pray, help me to have a good character. Open your mouth and turn it to pray. Open your mouth. Help me build my character so much so that it will not become the access point of the devil's manifestation in my life. Help me, open your mouth. Open your mouth and begin to pray. Pray, somebody pray. Ask the Lord to send help. Open your mouth and begin to pray.
Zoko Bruje Kato Bringa da Balata Segadeka Ruta Lika Pabruje de Bondo Brugatata Ego Roko Botu Zegade Brega de Bruyaga Brujagada Bagi de Roko da Bruyagadaka Yokataka Ruka de Kajika de Rukada Ilokataka Roko de Ruka de Rukata
Open your mouth and begin to pray. Ask him for wisdom. Ask him for capacity. I said, in Jesus' name we pray. Now, the second prayer we are going to pray right now is, Lord, empower me to be a helper. Empower me to be a helper and release upon me grace to attract helpers. Grace to attract helpers. Is it working? Give me smart. Hallelujah. Same thing. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Are you hearing me at the back? The sound is like it's gossiping. It's inside itself. Grace to attract helpers. See, I've met with people in places that I never thought I would meet people that would change lives. I've seen people in the park, and they bless me so much that I never, in fact, I thought maybe going to that park every day has to bless me. I've seen people in airports that changed my story financially. I've met with people like by just passing. In places I never thought help can come. Help has entered my life today. We are going to pray, Lord, empower me. Empower me with helpers. Help me to also help others. In Genesis 12, he said, I will bless you and you will become a blessing to others. Help me so much. How many of you understand the precept of the prayer? You understand it? If you are helpless, you cannot help anybody. You need helpers to be helped. And in your own capacity, you also have to help, reciprocate help. Say, my Father, my Father.
My Father, my Father.
As I begin to pray.
As I begin to pray.
In the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
Release upon me.
Release upon me.
Release upon me.
Release upon me.
Capacity to help.
Capacity to
release
help.
upon me.
Release upon me.
Grace.
Grace.
To attract helpers.
To attract helpers.
Open your mouth and turn it to prayer. Release upon me the capacity to assist somebody. Leko shokoto bara 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 shokoto kopelete boyota. Release upon me.
Rest upon my head. Rest upon my
Shokoto bonika barata. Ina bashatela. Help me to help. Shoba barata. Release upon me. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name we pray. You are not praying. I don't know why you are not praying. See. In Genesis 40, listen. There was no time for me to deal on this help because the Holy Spirit just let me stay in that first part. Listen, in Genesis 40, if you read from verse 2, the Bible said the butler and the baker, they were imprisoned in a prison where Joseph was the prisoner, sorry. And the Bible said, and the keeper of the prison took Joseph's hand, introduced him to the baker and the butler. Joseph was not the only prisoner. Where will he be the one that was preferred and introduced to the people that will help him later in his life? Because something in him was attracting help. He was not the only prisoner. There is something that will enter you, and anywhere you enter, you just be helped. You just be enjoying help. Obaseki, our governor, is enjoying help. Anybody who has touched him has either lost his job or lost his capacity. And you know the funny thing, none of us thought he will become somebody. But later, he is now like the preferred. Even when the other person has a religious title, Christians, they're not sent. Are you getting what I'm saying? You could see in his life. You could see in his life that this one has a grace that attracts help. My brother, if you have a smell that distracts helpers, God wants to change it if you don't put your mouth to pray. You don't get me. Let me share one testimony with you. I was about doing marriage, 2015, and my in-laws began to call me for certain things that needed to be paid for. Believe you me, there was no money again. I wasn't even having money. Everywhere was tied. I was driving along Market Square, that area, just close to First Bank. A man halted me. Where's Osaro? Osaro? Where's my in-law? You see, I saw him just now. He was with me in the car. The man halted me. Just when you're close to Uda Bank there, the man halted me. I stopped. We came down, greeted him. Out of his boot, gave me 1 million cash. Out of his boot. I have not asked him for money. In fact, that was the first time I was meeting him. Also, if he's out there, they should. He was with me in the car. The man gave me, it was 500 naira denomination, so the money was many. Bundle, that. Ladies and gentlemen, I put the money, he was sitting at the front. I put the money on the ground like that. His leg were close to the money. He was not looking ahead, he was looking at money. I was not telling look at first front. first front. You look for, what do you look for ground? Look front. I was the one that started calling my in-laws. That's all, Bolo. Carry 2. That's this thing. The wife, money. There are things God will do for you that you will just believe God is God. It's unexplainable without asking. Without asking. Me and my boy Christian, we went to Agbo to preach for Baba Fire. As we were preaching, Baba Fire gave us testimony of the previous night. Baba Fire is in Agbo. He's son to my father. He gave us testimony of how money entered his account. I was shocked. The money was huge. So I went into my hotel, carried Christian. I don't know who else followed me. We began to pray. Lord, show me financial favor. Show me. We are praying. Under heaven, a number began to disturb me. I picked the number for him to know that we are in prayer. I caught it. He still kept calling. Somebody just told me to pick up. I wanted to say, sir, you heard us praying. Now call back. And he said, I'm inside the bank now. I heard inside the bank now. I said, this one only shout to. Money no they like disturbance. Our can't the when they pray. Money no they like. You don't ever say they play music when loud inside bank. Money don't need disturbance. Our can't them. Alpha, you say? He said, I'm inside the bank now. Can you send me your account number? The guy sent me 1.1 million. I came back into the room. In Jesus' name we are prayed. Amen. Amen. Stop shouting. Stop shouting. Stop shouting. Grace to attract help. Lift your right hand, everybody.
Say, my Father, my Father.
My Father, my Father.
As I begin to pray, release upon me the grace to attract helpers. Oh yeah, pray, 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 pray. Shote badabaza imbraga basha lepora batata enkusekutaya ilorosha elorosha. Release upon me grace to attract helpers, grace to attract helpers, grace to attract helpers, grace to attract helpers, grace to attract helpers. Release it upon me. Shokoto balibala rebeboko shepote boto boliga entity eporoseta shabalagate 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 shabalagate. Grace ikapala ekoparata indebreda etopradeda deprotadeda. Lord, release upon me grace to attract help, helpers of destiny, helpers of ministry, helpers in my career. As I walk with you, I release helpers, I receive helpers, I receive helpers, I receive helpers. I attract them, I attract them, I attract them in the morning of my life, in the evening of my life, in the night of my life. I attract helpers, I attract helpers, I attract helpers, I attract helpers, helpers of destiny, helpers, oh God, people that will change my story, people that will change my life. I connect to them, I connect to them. Shalabana bolota, idologo borota, ekataba regeta, itokoto balata. Lord, I receive the grace to attract helpers. Lord, I receive the grace to attract helpers. Lord, I receive the grace to attract helpers. In Jesus' name.
The Lord just told me something. He said, let everyone pray for his or her brother, his or her child, putting their hands on their chest. We are going to pray for your brothers. You know, there are siblings of yours abroad who, in fact, I was told the other day how one of my sons was telling me how he sent money from Nigeria abroad. It's an upside down arrangement. That person abroad needs help. I'm telling you, if he is helped, you won't have to send money from here. You know of your siblings who are in Lagos. You know of some of them who are in Port Harcourt. They need help. They need help. How can a younger brother be sending elder brother money? It is not supposed to be by way of how God made things. It's not supposed to be like that. You should see your elder brother and be happy. It should be a blessing to you, not a burden. Lord, empower them. Let them receive help. Let my family members, wherever they are, and the nations of the earth, let them receive help. Let my husband receive help. Let my wife receive help. Let my, you know the people. See, if God help your helper, you will never suffer. I'm telling you. See, there are people who can do anything for you, but the problem is that they don't have. They can do anything, but they don't have. If they have, if only they have. If only they have. The way they would have treated you, but they don't have. You can see it in their behavior that if only this person had. And Satan is the one fighting them. One of my very loving sons who has gone to be with the Lord, Pastor John, told me a story I will never forget. You know what he told me? He said A man promised him. The man promised him and said, tomorrow come and take your school fees. That night, the man's father died. Somebody whose father died, you now go and meet him and say, that school fees you promised me. He will be planning your burial and his father's burial together. Why is it that when help came, evil now came to obstruct the help? Why? Why didn't he give you the school fees before whoever wants to die? Lord, send help to my helpers, my brothers, my sisters, my siblings. Send them help.
Fire prayer! Lord, send help. Send help to my siblings. Wherever they are, Lord, I release help. I release help. I release help. I release help. I release help to my brothers, to my sisters, to my mentors. I release help. All those. All my brothers and sisters, wherever they are, I release help. 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 My mom, my father, I release help. All my siblings, I release help. All those who were created to help me, I release help. Bashatela and Tosigabate and Protatinata Ikopale. In Jesus' mighty name we pray.
Just tell him thank you for answers. Tell him thank you. We will continue again. We'll continue again tomorrow evening by 5. But just tell him thank you. Tell him thank you. Tell him thank you. Tell him thank you. What have you not done for me? What have you not done for me? Oh, just for me. What have you not done?
What have you not done for me?
My whole strength,
my whole strength failed me.
Hey.
Friends and family on your back for me.
Oh
Lord, you stood by me. You never let me down.
My whole strength, say, my whole strength failed me. Friends and family on their back for me.
Lord, you stood by me. You never let me down.
Jesus, my captain anyway. Jesus, the great in Allah. Jesus,
I come to anyway.
I come to anyway. Imagine me living life without you. Everything is incomplete without you. Life makes no sense without you. Imagine me living life without you. Everything is incomplete without you. Life makes no sense without you. Man may not understand. Man may not understand. How far you brought me.
They may not understand.
Your family may not understand.
They may not
Understand it.
How far you
brought me.
They may not understand.
Oh, men may not understand it.
They may not understand.
destiny changer, oh wisdom of the wise,
the only true God. I don't know how you do it, but I like it.
You're consistent in all your way. Oh, you are closer than a friend. I worship you.
The only true God. I don't know how you do it, but
I don't know why you do it, Lord.
all your way.
Oh, the only true God. I don't know how you do it, but I like it. You're consistent in all your way. But you are closer than a friend. I worship you.
The only true God.
I don't know how you do it, but I like it. You're consistent. You are consistent. Oh, you are consistent. Oh, you are consistent. Oh, the only true God. I don't know how you do it, but I like it. You're consistent in all your way. But you are closer than a friend. I worship you, Lord. The only true God. I don't know how you do it, but I like it.
You're consistent in all your way.
See, as you are stepping up now, I don't know how he will do it, but I know he will do it. I'm telling you. You know God is faithful. How he will change your story, I don't know. It may be a phone call. It may be an SMS. It may be somebody you that forgotten you for a long while. It may be you just meeting with somebody. That's why your character at the point of your meeting your helper matters. It may just be. But in all that greatness that is embedded in you, in no long time from now, the God of heaven will help you fulfill it in Jesus' name. This prayer is for those who knows that the key of their family is in their hands. The financial key, the international key is in your hands. Right now, I prophesy. With this mouth, I used to pray. In the name of Jesus, grace to fulfill your destiny has come on you now. I said it has come on you now. Someone is called Anthony. If it is you, I'd like you to step out. Even if it's 10 persons, I want to prophesy Holy Ghost over to you. Even if it's more than one person, if your name is Anthony, step out. Sir, the Lord wants me to pray for you. The Lord wants me to pray for you.
Okay, sir.
And this prayer that I'm about to pray for you right now, it will leave this place. It will step into a village called Ile.
Yes, sir.
That's your village.
Yes, sir. That's fine.
As he enters into Ile, it will uproot your money that was buried. Because what you are going through financially is because somebody you assisted in the village buried your money.
Yes, sir.
Until that money is uprooted from the earth, there is no way your finances will be loosed. See, on the premise of this word, before I proceed in this prophetic experience, anyone under the sound of my voice whose finances in any way was buried, but the power that brought Jesus back to life,
Yes, sir.
I consume your money out of the earth. I consume your money out of the earth. I consume your finances out of the earth. I said your money is coming out of this earth. If you scream amen long and loud, you are the one I'm talking to. By the power that brought Jesus back to life, any good thing in your life that is buried in your father's house, buried in your mother's house, I command them to come out of the earth. I said I command them to come out of the earth. Your glory come out of the earth. Your restoration come out of the earth. Your visa come out of the earth. Your destiny come out of the earth. In the name
name of Jesus. In the 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 name of Jesus.
Oh. So I don't know who did the burial. What number are you in your family?
I'm the first son.
First son, who did the burial?
Of recent, sir.
Who buried somebody in the family? Who, as the first son, you're supposed to be the one to do burial.
I did my father's burial. Not
You did your father's burial
some years ago.
some years ago.
Yes, sir.
Because I saw a burial, I saw an event. But look at this. Sir, that you are alive is the mercy of God.
Yes, sir.
Because the conclusion of this family is to long take your life.
Yes, sir.
And instead of Male Ataba, Bora Ikatusa, that is why, okay, that is why the events that surrounds your life. Watch this. Some time ago, I see a scenario where a charm was buried. This charm was buried because of you. You were not aware. But like you were supposed to go to the village for something very important. But something kept you from going. Something kept you from going. But instead of you to go, your brother entered. And your brother is like a brother or something like that in your family, entered and picked the charm. It was supposed to be you, but he picked the charm. And as he picked the charm, I saw the thing started moving in his body. Are you with me, sir?
Yes, sir.
He started moving.
My younger brother.
Your younger brother. Where is he now?
He's in Ekuma here now.
Wait. How was it? How was it happening? How was it? What was happening to him?
His body swelled up and whitish.
But you know that you were the one that charm was prepared against. And the person who prepared the charm is still alive. He's still alive. If this person is in a place they call Imule. 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 Imule.
Yes, sir.
Imule.
The first place in Ile, sir.
That's the place where the person is. As I'm talking to you right now. Fire, fire, fire. Fire everywhere. Everywhere witches are gathered. Holy Ghost fire consume them. Oh yeah, fire, fire, fire. Fire everywhere. Everywhere witches are gathered. Holy Ghost fire consume them. Oh, everywhere witches are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Everywhere demons are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Everywhere powers are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Everywhere demons are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
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 Oh, fire, 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 fire everywhere. Everywhere witches are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Fire, 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 oh, fire everywhere.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Everywhere demons are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Everywhere witches are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Everywhere powers are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Everywhere demons are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Hey, everywhere powers are
Holy
gathered.
Ghost fire consume them.
Everywhere demons are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Everywhere powers are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Everywhere demons are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Anywhere they are that wish you evil
And has the agenda of tears for you.
Yes, sir.
Oh God of judgment, arise and judge them today. Arise and judge them with their wickedness. Arise and judge them with their wickedness. Arise and judge judge them with their wickedness.
I'm seeing tears in the eyes of a man. And this man, oh my God, this tears is not a good one. I see a man, I see him crying, rolling on the ground. Why is he rolling on the ground? Because wife and child had accident. And where is this wife and child? I'm seeing something like Abuja. There's a man here. I'm seeing your wife. I'm seeing a child. And I see Abuja. If it is you, come. I see a wife. I see a child. And I saw Abuja. If it is you, come. I see a wife. I see a child. And I see them having something to do with Abuja. Wife and child. Small child in the hand. Small child, I see the wife carry. Having something to do with Abuja. If it is you, come. Run down. I'm not missing words. I see your wife and your child. But they have something to do with Abuja. I don't know if it is work. They work there or something like that. Please, I will count from 1 to 5. The Lord opened my eyes now and I saw it. But I saw you crying because both your wife and your child, something evil is about to happen to them. I will say it one last time. I see a man, wife and child. The child is in a hand like this. But they have something to do with Abuja. They have something to do with Abuja. One last time, I'm saying it now. The evil that men do lives with them. This person that wants to do this evil has to carry the evil on their head now, not tomorrow. I will say it one last time. Is it you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Where's your wife?
She's at home.
At home. What has she to do with Abuja?
She have a house in Abuja.
Is you? What do you have to do with Abuja?
I stayed in Abuja before. That is where.
Fire, 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 fire everywhere, everywhere witches are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire,
Fire, oh, fire, 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 everywhere,
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
everywhere demons are gathered,
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
everywhere witches are gathered,
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
everywhere powers are
Holy
gathered.
Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire,
Hey,
consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume
Hey,
them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost! See, I just saw a flash. Testimony come. I just stand here. I just saw a flash now while I was worshiping God. There is. Can you give me 2 more minutes to prophesy? Just 2 more. There is something I'm seeing. I saw it as a flash, and then I checked again the realm of the spirit. I saw it clear. Do you have somebody in your family who is like a major role player in politics?
Yes,
Politics.
my mom.
Now, apart from your mom, I'm not saying it's not your mom or your father now. I see another man, different man. But I still see him having the surname that you have.
Yes, there is.
Something like, is it like, I don't know if this person is like PDP or something like that.
Yes, sir.
It's PDP.
Yes.
PDP. Okay. Did he contest election and did not win?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, if you have a phone, call whoever you need to call that will speak to that man now. Because I'm not seeing the man in Ekboma, I'm seeing the man in Abuja. Now.
He do travel.
I'm seeing him now. As I'm talking to you now. So the man is in Abuja. Now, as I'm talking to you here, he's in Abuja. The man is wearing glass.
Yes, sir.
Very medicated glass. As I'm seeing him now, he's in Abuja now. Unknowingly to him that this night he will sleep and will not wake up in the morning. Jesus. Somebody took his picture. On this picture, he stood like this, put his hand on a car, Hummer.
Yes, sir.
He has Hummer.
Yes, sir. That was the car he used.
I'm seeing Hummer. Put his hand on a Hummer and snap the picture.
Yes, sir.
The person took this picture to a native doctor's house. As he got there, did incantation on the picture. In fact, as he left for Abuja, this person is aware he has gone. I said, okay, let the thing just walk in Abuja so that nobody will trace it to me. Fire, 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 fire everywhere, everywhere demons are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Oh yeah, fire, 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 oh, fire everywhere. Oh,
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
everywhere witches are gathered.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost thunder consume.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost fire consume them.
Holy Ghost fire, consume them.
Holy Ghost! I hear in my ears to tell you, every program that they program with your name, your children's name, your husband's name, your wife's name, Holy Ghost! Fire, 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 fire everywhere. Let the judgment of heaven enter into their territories. Let the thunder of heaven blast in that native doctor shrine. Let the thunders of heaven blast in that junction where they made the sacrifice. In the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Father. Everyday testimony, everywhere.
Testimony.
See the world is walking, and I'm so full of praise. In the morning,
Testimony.
and in the evening,
Testimony.
I tell the story of how I overcame. When I look around,
Testimony.
when I see you,
Testimony.
glory, hallelujah. My Jesus is alive every day,
Testimony.
everywhere.
Testimony.
I tell the story of how I overcame. In the morning
Testimony.
and in the evening,
Testimony.
glory, hallelujah. Jesus is alive. I testify.
I testify.
Just like you walk the street of Galilee, you are doing the same. And as you heal the sick and you raise the dead, you are doing the same today. And as you call the Lazarus
comfort, you are doing the same today. Lord, 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 you are doing the same today. 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 Hear the word of the Lord. Put your two hands in my hands. This week, you will hear that the person that is seeking your life and the life of your child is dead. I mean it again, I say, by the power of the prophetic. This week, the person seeking your life, the person seeking the life of your child, may that person die the death of both of you. In the name of Jesus Christ, I speak favor. I speak favor. What do we do concerning this man? What do we do? His death is imminent. What do we do? You have access to him or his family?
Yes, sir.
Is there any way you can call them?
I will call my elder sister. I will call him.
Call Hannah to call him.
Okay, sir.
First of all, ask where is he now?
Okay, sir.
I said Abuja.
Yes, sir.
Because that was what I saw. Ask where is he now.
Okay, sir.
Come back to tell me. I want to speak to him now. Let them connect the call. Let them connect the call. Sir, can you bring that your brother?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, because I'll be here again tomorrow evening for another different kind of service.
Okay, sir.
Bring him. Buy a bottle of oil.
Okay, sir.
I will anoint his legs. I'll pray for him. Then the remaining oil, you will go to your village. I'll send a pastor with you. And I will tell him where to get to, where he should enter, and turn the oil down.
Okay,
Let
sir.
the one who dig the pit fall
Fall
inside the pit.
Amen.
The one who dug the pit, he will be the one to fall inside.
Amen.
If you are blessed, can I see your hand? If you are actually blessed. Were you blessed with the word? Were you blessed? Are you blessed now? This blessing you have claimed with faith, the evidence this week will be in your hands. I said the evidence this week will be in your hands. In the name of Jesus. Tomorrow evening we're going to be here again. Time is fast, man. But tomorrow evening we're going to be here. Same 5 o'clock. We are starting exactly 5, like we started today. 5 o'clock we are starting. Before you know what's happening, I'm up to preach. Make sure you don't miss tomorrow's service, because the Lord told me 2 years ago, early last year. Sorry, He said to me, "My son, come back to the word. Come back to the word. Let me prepare you." So I came back to the word. Voracious study, voracious study, voracious study. And now, some few weeks ago, He said, "Okay, go back to power a little. Go back to power." What you start seeing here, you'll be shocked. I'm telling you. What you start seeing now, you'll be shocked. Proofs, backings. Because if you do ministry without the voice of God, you will end up in misery.
Oh.
God has to have the capacity to call you out of something, pull you into something, direction. Very important. And I've chosen to follow Him. I know where He's taking me to is far, but I'm choosing to follow Him. How many of you will follow to follow?
Oh.
God's hand. Okay, when you come, I'll pray for you and him. Bring him. It's very important.
Okay, sir.
God has to help him. Eh? Bali ekupala zetimbrandeshu apa ila. As we close, just sing me. I have 2 words for you. Bara antese kuriada. Bolaredash. Mande kekusa. Father, I speak favor for him. As school resumes, may you be given a letter of favor. Not a letter of tears. As school resumes, letter of favor will enter your hand. In the name of Jesus. Letter of favor. I pray for every one of you
You are blessed.
Amen.
You are highly favored.
Amen.
All my partners, wherever you are, you say, man of God, I want to connect to the grace on your head. Come touch my hand very fast. Give me that oil. Please, nobody should step out until we are through. Where are the stickers? Where are our stickers? If you are a partner, you have 1,000, you have 500, you have 10,000, whatever you have with you, you want to connect to the grace of God on my life, come shake my hand. The Lord honor you. How are you? Idema, Idema, Idema. Oh, yeah,
Let's meet them in their houses. For those who don't want to come to church and hear the gospel now, we can meet them in their houses by hitting the airways. Understand? It's not possible until you and I become co-laborers for enforcing the gospel.
Listen,
whatever you are giving is not too small, it's not too big. You can give anything to support the gospel. Remember, the young lad gave just 5 loaves of bread and few fishes, and souls were not wasted. And the Bible said at the time the gospel was true being preached, 12 baskets were accounted to. That means all the 12 months of the year, they had abundance to spare. Why? Because of simple obedience. Ladies and gentlemen, be a part of this move. Nothing is too small. There are account details being scrolled on your screen now, or whatever device with which you watch them. There's a Zenith bank account, there's a First bank account, and there's also a number that is being scrolled. Just you can put a test through when you're done doing the transfer, or whatever means you use to send them the payment. God bless you. And every iota, every penny that is given shall be channeled directly to the gospel, because we also will be accountable about these things when we meet with our Maker. And I'm the son of Apostle Justice Philemon. Ladies and gentlemen, the grace upon his life is at work already in our lives and will also flow into your life. God bless you. See you at the very top. Lord.